All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this week's best setups. I have 4 pairs that I'm looking at, and they all seem pretty good. Some are, of course, I mean, if you want to grade your trades, A plus setups, because the weekly and daily are in sync. Some of them are not. This is the one that isn't, but I still like this trade, right? GBPJPY. Let's start off on the weekly like we always do. We see here that the weekly is bearish. This is the lower low. This is the lower high. Right, let's see where the EMA is. We notice that the EMA is underpriced. Last week it had this, you consider this a hammer candle, right? So for this upcoming week, what I'll be expecting is for price to actually fill this wick and continue to the upside. Now the reason for that is because the daily and the 4-hour are bullish, and we'll go ahead and go over that right now. Jumping down to the daily, we see that price is bullish, as I just mentioned. Here is the higher high, and here is the higher low. Oh, wait. Here's the higher low, right? So this is how we look. If you want to pull out this line, what I'll be expecting is for price to come down, retest this area, and then continue up. Now, I know I didn't post a recap of the trade that I took last week, but it was actually GJ, so I might still drop that later on throughout this week coming up. But we ended up entering GJ just for the same exact reasons. I thought price was going to go up, and it just looks like we were a week early. So this week, I really do like it. I like the way that the daily has closed. I think price will, as I just mentioned, wick and then give us a bullish engulfing candle. Not only that, we also have the EMA under price, which looks great, potentially pushing price up. And as you see, previous 2 days, we definitely have rejection from this area. So I'm not sure if this one will close inside the area of interest before going up. But as I did mention, I do really like this one. I think we could definitely see price start to push up either early in the week or throughout the week. Let's jump to the 4-hour and see how that's looking. 4-hour is bullish as well. Higher high and higher low. So we have the daily and the 4-hour in sync. EMA is above at the moment. So GBPJPY, really like this pair for buys. So make sure that you guys have that on your radar if you would like. Next pair is CADCHF. This one I know we had on the watch list last week as well. So it's just the same exact thing, just waiting for price to return to this area. The weekly's bearish, the daily's bearish. So just waiting for price to return to this area of interest that we have marked up, as you see where the alert's at, and just wait for an entry in there on the daily to then take it to the downside. This does look very good. EMA is above on the weekly and on the daily. Not worried about the 4-hour because we already have 2 time frames in sync, so it doesn't matter to me that the 4-hour is bullish or is going to go bullish. Really doesn't matter to me because we have the daily and the weekly in sync. So again, if you watched last week's, then you should already know the setup and everything because it's the same exact one. Next pair is AUDCAD. Starting off on the weekly, we see that price is bearish, right? This is the lower low. This is the lower high. Let me get this area of interest out the way because we don't need that. So price is bearish. We see where the EMA is at, above price, which is good. Pretty strong area of interest here on the weekly as well. As you see, we have multiple touches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it continues left if you want to go all the way back there. But just in this general area of 4 touches, which is great. And then we see how price ended up last week, right? This huge bearish engulfing candle, which is a good sign. Could mean that price is ready to just retest this area in a weekly form or weekly wick and then continue lower. But if we jump down to the daily, we could see that price is bearish as well, which is also very good. Not only is price bearish, but the EMA is above price as well, right? EMA is above, right at this area of interest. Could potentially look for it to push price down. And then area of interest, just the same one that we marked up on the weekly. Pretty strong area, right? Multiple touches. So this one should be fairly easy. Now, I don't know if this one's going to close inside the area of interest this week, or if it'll continue lower and then give us a pullback maybe next week or next 2 weeks, then close inside it and then continue. So we just got to watch this one. Again, as I always say, I usually like to wait for price to close inside the area of interest. But I have been noticing that a few of the trades lately that, have been lining up and stuff like that, prices just waked into them. So we just got to watch it, play it by ear, and see what actually happens. But I do like AUDCAD for sales this week, just based on all those reasons, all those confluences. So last one, I think it's the last one. Yeah, last one is GBPUSD. Same like CADCHF. We've been having this one on the watch list last week, maybe the week before, if I'm not mistaken. But this one, we're just looking for a counter trend trade. I really think this one's actually going to play out this week. I know I said that last week, but price ended up pushing up. However, this week looks good too, because actually this isn't even a counter trend trade, because the daily's bearish, as we see here. Lower high, lower low. Price ended up shifting structure, closing under, making us bearish. So yeah, this one isn't even a counter trend trade. If we jump to the 4-hour, we see that price is bearish as well. This is the lower low, and this is the lower high. So we have 2 time frames in sync. Very strong area of interest. It matches up with the 4-hour, but I just took it right here off the daily, just off basically these 2 zones right here. If anything, let me move it down like that. Off of these 2 zones right here, I'm sure if we extend it left, we could find another zone that fits inside that box. So I like this one. I think it's definitely going to head to the downside. Of course, Mr. Markets, anything can happen, but this risk to reward is pretty good as well. Right down to this area, 174 pips. So I really do like this one. EMA is above on the 4-hour, which price could push it down. And it's not above on the daily, but I mean, it's just simple market structure in my opinion. Now, of course, I'm not saying 100% all these trades are going to play out, but we just got to wait and see. Of course, news will end up dropping, so something's going to happen, especially with USD. The way USD has been moving, anything can happen. Price could end up pushing up and going bullish again. So we just got to wait and see. But those are going to be the setups that I'm looking for this week. Of course, as always, in the comments, let me know what you guys are trading. If you guys are enjoying the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's go out there and have a great week and make some money. I'll catch you on the next video.